in Southampton. The other part of the book, Bożenna, who's the Polish Catholic woman, she unfortunately could not make it today. She had a medical emergency. Her husband is in the hospital and major operation. So unfortunately, I have to apologize. I'll just review her story quickly because I'll mainly speak about my own story today. We wanted to do it together, but so be it. She was born the same year as I, about 6 weeks older than I am, in October, in a little village in eastern Poland called Leonówka.
What year was that?
1934. And her father was a farmer. They were poor people. There were, I think, 4 children in the family. And she was the oldest. And I'll make just a quick synopsis. You have to read the rest in the book. It's very interesting. First the communists came. And of course they confiscated a great deal. For instance, if they slaughtered a pig, they had to give half or whatever pig to the communist, and they checked everything. Even he had a beehive, they had to give the honey for that. Then the Ukrainians came, who sided with the Germans, and they were extremely brutal. They burned the whole town down. There is nothing left of that village for 300 people, nothing. Scorched, burned, totally zero. They went to church in a neighboring town called Kutuchin, and there she found about a year ago, I think she went there to see what the church looked like and so forth. And it's just ruins. Then the Germans came themselves and they said, look, the Ukrainians are going to kill you here. So if you want to save your life, come with us to Germany. And we'll give you good food, the children go to school. Well, they went. And they went on the cattle cars to a camp in Freiberg, Germany, eastern Germany, where they stayed some time. And then they went to Chemnitz. And I went to visit Chemnitz last year in October. And I found some of the things that she talked about in the book, a house on the hill, a villa. Well, she was getting potato peelings from garbage. There was this beautiful house on the hill, and I found it. It was amazing. And we found a publisher in Chemnitz, I did, and it will be in German, and I hope it will be a very big success. Then her mother was taken to Ravensbrück. She tried to smuggle a letter out to her brother, to the mother's her uncle, was intercepted, and she did not see her mother in 14 years until she was in America. She was sterilized, I believe, and terrible things. I mean, Ravensbrück was a women's camp, terrible camp. There were Jews there and non-Jews. And well, the rest you can read. And we found each other maybe 18 years ago at a conference on the Holocaust. And we spoke, she spoke, I told my story, and we befriended each other, but we let it go at that. I spoke to her maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I said, you know, why don't you write up your story? She said, it's in the book already, and it's enough. And then she said, you know, it would be a good idea. Let's do it together. You tell yours. I said, I told mine already in 3 books, which are, the first one is very popular. It's considered a classic. I'm a Star. Child of the Holocaust is now in 8 languages. It was published by Simon & Schuster. It's now a Penguin. 25th printing, so that's not shabby. It's an audible book. It's been made into plays. It's very famous in Germany. Ich bin ein Stern, very famous. And I said, look, how can I change my story? He said, you tell it again. So I put some things together, bringing it up to date, so forth. And it is the first book of its kind where you have a Jewish girl and a Catholic girl going through similar things. One should never compare my cancer is worse than yours, you know? When you suffer, suffering is suffering. And that's what we are talking about, that it should never happen again to any child especially. And it was actually very good that we are exactly the same age. We even wear the same hairdo, which was strange. Here, I mean, I'm born in Germany. I was 4 years old. She's a little older. It was her passport picture. And she wears the same hairdo. All the kids at that time, Poland, Germany, they were wearing the same hairdo with this curl in the middle.
And so was the American children.
And the American also, there you go, there you go. Well, anyway, I want to take you now a tour, a journey of my life. I know my life better than I know Bożenna's, that you can read about, but mine, I think there's some things that are not in the book, and I'll explain much deeper. Okay, now, can we put the lights off or some? Who's going to do the... You do. Okay. Okay, first slide. Go.